Butterfly effect is a small change what companies make and aim at getting the high response in the market, which we call as a large differences. Making a small change and then you see looking for a large difference. This has happened because of the globalization. What exactly happened in globalization is there are a rush of companies which are coming from the multinational level to the regional level, and at the same time the regional companies are trying to go global, or you see they are trying to grow faster than what exactly they are. So in this process there is going to be a lot of chaos in the market because so many products are available, so many companies are operating on identical and similar products, but at the same time the one major problem what happens with the consumers is that you see the consumers get totally confused that what products they have to buy and you see to which brand they have to stick. So in this process, if a company wants to sustain the market competition, obviously the company has to make some kind of unique differences, and that unique differences may be at a very small level. It is very important that you see a consumer must realize that you see there is going to be some kind of uniqueness in the product, and that uniqueness is a small change. The marketing mix is considered to be 11 P's, and these 11 P's are the product, price, place and promotion, which is considered to be a conventional marketing mix. The extended marketing mix is going to be the packaging, the pace. The pace is the dynamic strategy among the companies. Then the performance of the product line of a company. Then the people. People are the frontliners who are at the sales level, who have the one-to-one contact with the consumers, and the psychodynamics. And the psychodynamics is very important in this particular situation of 21st century, where you see there are a lot of technological advances and the information is moving much faster. So in psychodynamics, the consumers are trying to attract their fellow consumers. There are remaining 2 P's. One is the posture. Posture is that you see what is the image of the company and how best they can reveal the image positively to the consumers. And then the proliferation is that how they are going to diversify their activities and trying to cover a larger interest of the consumers. So the companies try to make changes, try to make a small differences in all these marketing mix elements to reap a larger benefits. And this is what is the butterfly effect to overcome the market chaos and sustain in the market. There are many examples. One of the example can be, let us take the examples at the very grassroots level, where you see the consumers really feel, and most of the consumers, they belong to the mass market. That is about the organic fruits which are being incorporated in the breakfast cereals. Now, this is a small change. You are finding a variety of breakfast cereals with fruits and what you call the dry fruits and raisins and whatnot. But once you talk about the organic food, obviously you see that makes a difference. And that really makes the consumers to think how they can get associated with this particular product. I will give you one example of Samsung's new product, which is known as the Galaxy Gear. And this Galaxy Gear is a wristband. And in the wristband, you can have the communication facilities, two-way communication, bidirectional communication. You can look at the weather, you can look at the time, and you can also take the pictures. So this is one of the advantages of having a multi-functionality in a small product. And this particular Samsung's product has really given a big threat to the entire Swiss wristwatch industry, because it is a simple wristwatch, and you see they have integrated multi-functions in this. So these are the changes, small changes, because they are also technically feasible and economically viable, because the cost of technology is now coming down as the technology is increasing. One very important issue in turbulence or in economic recessions, what recently we faced in 2007 to 2012, is that most of the consumers, they try to narrow down their entire consumption, and they try not to spend lavishly. They try to spend very economically and very exactly they are going to get the value for money. So whenever there is a recession or whenever there is going to be a downfall in the consumer spending power, the most important factor what companies have to think is they have to go along with the consumer's interest, which we call in a managerial terminology as customer-centric strategy. So try to provide the consumers what they want at the reasonable prices, at the low prices which they can really afford. So what exactly in this process the companies have to analyze is that consumers have to analyze the consumer's awareness, whether they are aware of how good the product is and how good the value for money for that product is. Second is that they have to make the product available. It is not like you say the product is there in the market, but you see it is not really accessible to the consumers. So after the availability, this third issue, which is very important, is adaptability. Whatever product the companies are manufacturing, those products should be adaptable. The consumers must be able to use that and perceive that you see how good the product is, and they have to derive their satisfaction. And then the last factor, which is very important, is the affordability. Affordability is about the price level. So you have to come to a price level saying that, see, which price is more sustainable, which price is more affordable, and the price that gives the consumers the better value for money. So these are the strategies of customer-centric marketing, which is one of the important issues for the companies to go during the turbulent marketing situations. The Darwinian principles, all of you know about the evolution process. And in the evolution process, if you take that in reference to the market, now we are observing there is a bi-directional dynamics. The regional companies, local companies are trying to go to the higher level, whereas the multinational companies, which are at the global level, they are interested to penetrate down to the bottom of the pyramid so that you see they can conquer the universe of the market. In this process, what is happening that you see every company is in effects that you see how to make its way. And here exactly the Darwin's two principles of evolution that comes into the picture. And one first principle is the struggle for existence, and the second one is the survival of the fittest. So the struggle for existence is largely what I foresee is being experienced by the multinational companies, because see, there is a large number of multinational companies coming down to the bottom of the pyramid. They are coming down to the bottom of the pyramid. Now take an example that you see the Procter & Gamble, Colgate-Palmolive, Unilever, Kimberly-Clark, all these companies, Kraft, they are all coming down to the bottom of the pyramid. And almost most of the companies are selling some kind of similar products. So here, one important factor is that you see the consumer is going to stay with which company, with which brand. And in this particular situation, these multinational companies are really experiencing the struggle for existence. That you see which company is really going to stay in the bottom of the pyramid, where you see they have to sell at the lowest price, but the frequency of buying may be higher there. On the contrary, if you come to the local companies which are trying to grow, there you will find that you see every company is putting their effort, and you see they are they are experiencing what exactly are their chances for surviving. The struggle for existence and survival of the fittest basically are the factors of evolution of the marketplace, from global to regional, and from regional to bottom of the pyramid, and in a reverse way. In all this situation, one very important issue is that how a company can survive, or how a company can really make its struggle achievable, successful, is that every company has to make a unique proposition. Unique proposition for marketing. If a company can make a unique proposition, that is what is a small change they can do in a marketing mix, and they can really reap a higher benefits, and it is the butterfly effect. So in this way, the butterfly effect and the Darwinism both are interconnected.